Hey, softball fam, it's yoga time. Hopefully, you've been following along this whole week as I have been talking about non-judgment. What in the world is non-judgment? It's recognizing that things are neither good nor bad. They just are. Non-judgment is one of the toughest things to practice as a kid, as an adult, as a human being. It's one of the toughest things to practice. But today, in each of the poses we're going to get into, I'm going to ask you to assess how your body is feeling. It's neither good nor bad. It just is, and you're just recognizing how it feels. So let's begin. From the sitting position, I want you to reach your arms way up overhead, as high as you can lift them, and then lower your shoulders away from your ears. Now extend your arms straight out to the sides, and we're gonna roll our wrists. I don't know about you, but my wrists are like clunk, 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 every time I go around. And this seems like this is an area of my body. Go ahead and reverse it, that I am not paying enough attention to. And that's why we're doing this today. As softball players, this is a part of our body that we are constantly using when we're hitting, when we're throwing, when we're fielding. Every time we move, we're using our wrists. Clunk, 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 clunk. And I'm just kind of rolling slowly through those clunking areas so that maybe they smooth out. And for me, they're not. Bring your arms direct in front of you, same thing, roll your wrists in opposite directions, and then roll them together. Keeping them out in front of you, I want you to put your left fingers down to the floor and take your right hand and pull the wrist or pull the fingers towards you, stretching the top of the wrist, the back of the forearm. Holding that there, noticing how this feels. It's neither good nor bad, it just is. Release that, fingers up toward the sky, grab the fingers again, include the thumb, make sure you're grabbing onto the thumb, pull that back. Notice which side was more intense. Was it fingers down or fingers up? Releasing that side, go to the right hand, fingers down first, pull the fingers back, stretching the back of the forearm. Release, fingers up, grabbing the thumb and the fingers, pull everybody back toward your nose, press through the palm of the hand. Really feel that stretch through the forearm on the opposite side. And release, shake your arms out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle with it, yeah. Okay, arms overhead one more time. Reach, 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 and then drop the shoulders away from the ears. Create some space in the sides of the neck. Hands come out to the side, roll them again. Notice how they feel. Is this as good as it was before? Maybe it's a little bit better. But how can we be non-judgmental? Is it good? Is it bad? No, it just is. Rotating both directions. Bring your hands in front, rotate them again. Opposite direction. And shake it out. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, so now that we've woke our hands and our wrists up, we're going to put some weight into them. Bring yourself into all fours. The knees are directly below the hips. The hands are directly below the shoulders. Bringing yourself into what I call tabletop. From here, we're gonna do some cat-cows. So if you watched the last time, you know what I'm talking about. I like to curl my toes underneath like so that I have a little brace, but you can leave it so that your feet are flat on the earth. Either way, whatever works for you. On your inhale, raise the back of the body up toward the sky. Exhale, lower the belly down toward the floor, moo. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Take this in your own time. So your breath leads, the inhale takes you up, 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 and the exhale lowers the belly down, down, down. And you can start the motion from the tailbone if you wish, creating kind of a wave where the head is the last thing to move. That's how I like to do this, but you do you. But make sure you're rolling with the breath, feeling that breath move all the way to the depths of your lungs. And then bring your back to flat in tabletop. I'm going to turn back so that you can see me from this direction. Okay, we're going to lift right arm up toward the ceiling, giving yourself a nice twist. Take the gaze toward your hand. And then on the exhale, weave it through the opposite arm and come down onto your shoulder. Allow the ear to come down to the mat, to the beach towel, to the floor. And then if this seems comfortable and easy and you can pick your head up and turn it in either direction, take your left hand out to your right palm. If this is easy, you can raise your left hand up to the sky. And that's as far as we'll take it. Bringing the left hand down if it's up, bringing it next to your face. Inhale, lift, and raise the arm up toward the ceiling again. Right hand to the sky. Exhale, lower the hand down to the floor. We're going to do that on the opposite side. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Take your gaze with it. Full twist through the whole spine. And then exhale, weave your hand through. Coming down onto your ear. Not a whole lot of pressure here in the head. If this is comfortable and you can move your head around, take your hands and make them meet. And if that's still comfortable, you can take right hand to the sky. Notice if your hips are starting to lean toward one side or another. Try to stack them right over your knees. Lower the hand down on the exhale, bring it next to your face. On the next inhale, push up, reach for the sky. Exhale, lower the hand down toward the floor. Find that nice tabletop position, knees directly below hips, hands directly below shoulders. And we're going to do a couple more cat-cows just to let the spine roll through it again. So again, on your own breath, inhale, raise, exhale, lower. One more full cycle, up, down, and then tabletop. We're gonna activate our core here. Make sure you've got good grip into the floor, maybe even white knuckle it, grabbing onto the floor, bracing into the floor, strong with your hands, activating them. Let's lift the knees up off the floor. This is a bear brace position. If you're noticing that this is all in your back, engage the belly. Engage it so that you're doing kind of an air crunch toward your knees with the upper body. Really draw strong all the way around the core and not just the back. On your next exhale, lower the knees down. Maybe sit back in hero's pose. Shake your arms out if necessary. Wiggle your booty a little bit. Wiggle it out, and then we'll come right back into that. I really like to engage the hands into the floor and grab onto the floor in this pose, because if you don't activate the hands strong, you're collapsing your carpal tunnel into the floor. So we grab strong. Next inhale, lift the knees, hover just an inch or two off the ground in this bear crawling position. You can hear in my voice, it might get a little stronger, but I am fully activated in my core all the way around. 3, 2, 1, lower, shake the wrists, wiggle the booty, whatever it takes to release that pose from what you just did. Maybe even roll the head from side to side all the way around, releasing the neck and the shoulders as well. Okay, back to tabletop. We're gonna do just a smidgen more core work because, man, as softball players, we ignore our core and we really, really, really need to engage it. So if you've seen my ramp video, this is bird dog. We're extending one arm out. So in my case, I'm extending my right arm and my left leg is going back. So opposite arm, opposite leg. And we're just hovering here. Now, when we do ramp, I bring it underneath and then extend again. But for yoga, we're trying to extend the arm next to the ear and extend the leg so that it's parallel to the floor. Now, if that leg's not parallel to the floor, go ahead and look back. Is it drifting down, toes down toward the floor? Lift it higher than what you think you need to do. And notice what the belly is doing. Is it sagging down toward the floor? Puff it up through the back body. On your next exhale, lower down. We're going straight into the other side. Extend right leg, extend left arm. Draw strong through the core. Extend the arm close to the ear. Take a look back. Is my foot leaning down toward the floor or is it high up? Once you've made the adjustments, check in with the core again. Check in with your breath. Are you breathing deeply or are you breathing shallow? Just noticing, not judging, not changing, just noticing. On your next exhale, lower hand and knee. And then I like to wiggle like a dog after doing that one. So my tail is wiggling behind me. I have a big white fluffy dog named Ghost. And he has the cutest little waggle with his bum. Okay. As long as you are ready, on your next exhale, we're going to lift up into down dog. If you've never done down dog, it looks like a triangle. Your hands and your feet are in contact with the earth. The booty's up toward the sky. And since this is our first down dog, I want you to walk it out. See if you can pedal your heels closer to the floor. And for me, this is quite an intense move since I'm still having back pain, leg pain. But walking it out definitely gives me an opportunity to get it stretched. Wake it up and make it realize it's okay. Your ears should be in line with your elbows. And again, we're clawing the ground. We're grabbing into the floor with our fingertips so that we have some brace through the carpal tunnel so it's not smashed to the floor. On your next exhale, lower the knees down. Sit yourself back in hero's pose. Hero's pose tends to be my resting pose. Some yoga instructors will use down dog as their resting pose. That's a pretty intense way to rest. Last time when we did this video, child's pose was your resting pose. If you are having a hard time in any of these poses, if you're struggling and you need to take a break, come here in hero's pose, or child's pose is almost the same, where your forehead is down on the floor, your knees are spread out, arms are extended, or they can be next to your body. But those are your resting poses, and I invite you whenever you need to go there. Okay, we're gonna go back into our down dog. So get your hands ready, claw into the floor. I like to start in a plank position first and then raise my booty up toward the sky. So from here, we're gonna do a little flow. And it's gonna be a really simple flow and we're gonna basically stay close to the floor. On the inhale, we come into plank. On the exhale, we lower slowly down. If that's really hard for you, use your knees into the floor to lower down. On your next inhale, you're going to do just a baby cobra. So engage the back body, press the belly into the floor, and lift the chest and head. My gaze is just 2 feet out in front of me. That's it. That's all it takes. Exhale, lower the head back down. Press yourself back into a plank. You can go from your knees if necessary. And then exhale, down dog. That's our flow. So down dog, plank, lower down, baby cobra. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down dog. You're using your breath to take you there. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Use your breath, move in your own time, and notice how your body's feeling as you move through these postures, as you roll through this little mini series of movements. And ultimately, what's happening with your body as we move through these movements is you're learning how to control breath with movement. This is something I didn't learn until much, much later in my softball career. And when I finally learned it, I finally realized I didn't have asthma. I just had a breathing problem, which was I didn't realize I needed to take an inhale or an exhale during a movement. And when I started to do more and more yoga, I realized, holy cow, I just didn't breathe when I played sports. I held my breath the entire time. So yoga is a fabulous opportunity to learn how to breathe through this. Let's go through one more full cycle, landing in down dog. We will all meet in down dog. Here we are back in down dog. Slowly walk your toes up to your hands. Now, bend your knees as much as you possibly have to in order to get your hands and your feet to meet. Your feet walking toward your hands. And if you are in a little itty bitty ball, that's okay. Allow the head to dangle. And then slowly, slowly, slowly as you possibly can, maybe a count of 10, come all the way up to standing at the top of your beach towel or mat. The head is the last thing to rise. And check in with your feet. Are your toes pointed straight forward as though you were standing on 2 railroad tracks? Are they directly below your hip bones? Now, I like to find my hip bones. They aren't over here, they're not on the sides. They're right here in the front. Find your hip bones and your toes should be directly below them. Particularly the second toe, directly below. And that way I know I am standing in my almost perfect mountain pose. Give your knees a little bend. Never ever lock your knees out. I don't want you to fall over, pass out on me, especially since I can't really see you that well. So a little bend in the knees, the arms come up way overhead like we did in the very beginning. Grab your hands, interlace your fingers, and push your palms up toward the ceiling. I'm going to move so that you might be able to see from here with our hands facing the ceiling. We're going to exhale and lean over to the right. It's opposite probably of where I'm headed. So we're taking notice now from the feet up to the fingertips. How does my body feel? The answer is not, it's good or it's bad. It just is. Do you feel pain? Do you feel a stretch? Do you feel more pressure in one foot or the other? These are all things to notice. They're not good, they're not bad, they just are. On your next inhale, come back up. Exhale, go to the opposite side. If you're starting to feel the blood rush out of your arms, this is a good thing. This is what we want to accomplish. We're trying to get the blood out of the hands and back into the heart. From this side, noticing, how does it feel? Don't compare it to the opposite direction. Just notice. Do I have the same amount of pressure in both feet? If you don't, adjust. Do I feel a stretch in my side body? Do I feel any pinching anywhere? On your next inhale, come back to center, reach the hands high, high, high. Exhale, lower them down to your sides. Allow the blood to rush back into your hands. Maybe give a little jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle with it. Yeah. And then come back to stillness. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to interlace our hands behind our head. The thumbs are going down the sides of the neck. We're going to use that to drop shoulders down the back. The tendency is to shrug them up toward our ears. We want to push them down. If you feel any wrinkling in the back of your neck, then you're not doing it right. And then you want to press your head firmly into your hands. So you're purposely drawing your chin back. You're purposely pressing back and strengthening the back of your neck at the same time. And then on the next exhale, we're going to go to the right. Notice here, if your ribs want to poke out forward, draw them back strong. Be strong through the core all the way around, both sides and the edges. Notice if your head wants to turn up toward your elbow, bring it back to center. Notice if you have the same amount of pressure in both feet. Don't lean to one side, come back to balance through the feet. Squeeze as though you have a block in between your legs. This will make your core stronger. On your next inhale, come back to center. Give a little bounce, shake it out, but keep your hands behind your head. Brace again, press the head into the hands, shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, go to the opposite side. Ribs back, down and back, even. And press the head back into the hands. If you noticed when you brought the ribs down that you curled forward, press back into those hands. Use the breath. On the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take the hands up high overhead and fold forward with the arms straight out. Nice long flat back. And once you've gotten to the apex, the most stretch that your hamstrings can handle, release the hands onto the legs. Now, I'm noticing that I'm getting further into this stretch week over week, which is so great. But at the same time, I am still nowhere near where I usually am. And this is an opportunity for me to either judge it, it's bad that I'm not where I usually am, or just be okay with it. And just notice this is how it is. And hopefully in the next week, it will continue to improve. And you can see, if you look really close, my hands are slowly going further down my legs. It's totally okay if that happens. Keep allowing the body to relax into this pose. And then allow the head to drop, the hands to drop away from the legs, dangling down toward the floor, grabbing the elbows. And then we're going to become elephants, allowing the tusk and the elephant's trunk to go side to side, waving it back and forth, just like an elephant does. Noticing how this feels. Does it feel like it's giving an extra stretch? Does it just feel good? Coming back to stillness, place the hands down on the floor, whatever it takes to get there. Allowing the knees to bend if necessary, and then step yourself back into a plank position. We're going to do some scap push-ups. Now, if holding plank is very hard for you, go ahead and lower your knees and come into hero's pose for a second. If Holding in plank is really hard for you. Please, please put your knees down, but stay in this plank position. What we're going to do is called a scap push-up. It's not a full push-up where we're bending our elbows. We're keeping our arms locked, and I'm going to demonstrate it with knees on the floor, and then I'll demonstrate it without knees on the floor. So we come into the plank. Our chest is ahead of our hands, and then what we're doing is allowing our chest to come closer to the floor and then press away. So all of the movement is through our shoulders. Now, the reason that we do this in softball, well, we tend to overbuild one side versus the other because most of our movements are one side dominant. If you're a right-handed thrower, you're probably a right-handed batter, a right-handed pitcher. Everything is happening predominantly on one side. And we're really building out that scap is what I noticed with a lot of players. So this is an opportunity to get that left side engaged. And if you're a lefty, the opposite is true, obviously. So coming into your plank, I'm going into full plank this time. My knees are off the ground and I'm going to do 10 of these. So it's just a lowering of the chest, keep the arms locked out, but not completely locked out, and then press away. Lower the chest, press away. I am on 5. When you're done with that, pause in plank, and then slowly, slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down. We will meet face down. You can lower one cheek down to the floor or the other cheek, allowing stretch on both sides of the neck. And then we're going to roll through that series that we did earlier, starting with baby cobra, in time with your breath. So inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower the forehead. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Go ahead and roll through that 3 times more. A total of 5 is the goal. Just a simple little flow. I love this flow because we're not coming all the way up to standing, doing the forward fold, and it's still getting our hamstrings really stretched. Softball players are quad dominant people and back body people. So they rely a lot on their quads, they rely a lot on their back chain. What they don't rely on is their front belly, their core in the front, and their booty. And man, oh man, if you could rely on those 2 things, you would be so much stronger. Your hits would be more powerful. Your throws would be so much faster. We are going to meet in down dog once you've finished 5. If you aren't in your down dog, let's meet there now. And let's walk our hands this time back toward our feet. Coming into that ragdoll position where the hands are in contact with the earth. The knees are bent as much or as little as necessary. Head is dangling toward the earth. The human head weighs 8 pounds. So you should feel this bowling ball pulling down toward the floor. Now, shake it yes. Shake it no. Shake it yes. Shake it no. Nice. Now take your shoulders away from your ears. This tends to be a problem when we're in this forward fold. Our shoulders go all the way up, crank toward our ears, pull them back, make them strong on the back body. And then inhale, bring yourself into your flat back position. From your flat back, we're going to walk our feet out. So slowly, maybe heel toe them out to whatever width feels comfortable, and that your hands make nice contact with the earth. From here, we're going to do some more twisting. Twisting wrings the body out. It's so good for us. Right hand below your face. Left hand inhale, bring it up. Hang out here, breathe deep. On your next exhale, Lower the hand down where the right hand is, replace, and the right hand comes up on the inhale. Notice if your hips are shifting from side to side, try to square them back to center. Exhale, lower the right hand. Inhale, raise the left. See if you can take it a little bit further in the twist this time. Next exhale, lower the hand. Right hand to the sky. Finding maybe a deeper twist, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Exhale, lower both hands down. Heel toe your feet back in, coming into that ragdoll position where the head is dropped, the shoulders are away from the body, and then slowly bring yourself up to standing. The cherry on top is your head. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down toward the floor in a swan dive. Bringing the hands all the way down. Now walk the hands forward, bringing yourself into plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. All right. We're going to do a pose that we did last week. It's boat pose. We're going to grab our feet at the ankles, preferably both of them at the same time. And then bring knees as close together as you can. Notice how this is already opening the chest. On your next exhale, kick the feet and lift head and chest up off the floor. Inhale, hold, exhale, kick a little harder. Inhale, hold, exhale, kick a little harder. Breathe through the belly. On your next exhale, lower, lower, lower. Keep a hold of the feet. We're going to do that again. Knees come close together, as close as you can. Notice how this already starts to lift you. On the next inhale, take it in. Exhale, kick. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, kick a little deeper. Inhale, hold. Exhale, kick. Inhale, lower. Release the feet. Allow the head to rest, the hands to rest, the feet to rest. That's a really intense move for your kidneys. So if you're not drinking enough water during your corona apocalypse, you're going to notice it right now. So pushing yourself up and sitting back in a hero's pose. We're not staying here long. Take the legs out front, coming into a nice tall seated position, legs extended. Now, if this is too much right here to sit in this L-shaped position, grab your bolster, grab your blanket, put it underneath your bum. For me, last week I was using the bolster. Right now, this week, I'm feeling okay, but we'll see. I might grab my bolster and put it under my bum. On the next inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the right hand down to the floor. The left hand reaches over and across. If your elbow can reach down to the floor while your hips are still, or your bum is still in contact with the floor, awesome. You could even, maybe, if you're super flexible, take your left hand all the way to the floor. Man, oh man, nope, I can't make it. My bum's starting to come up. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go to the opposite side. Reach, reach, reach. Now we've done a lot of side body opening. The reason we do this for softball players, for us, is because as throwing is that twisting motion, batting is that twisting motion, we really work our side bodies a lot, and this kind of opening is so good. It feels so nice. On your next inhale, come back to center, both hands down. We're gonna reach up, look up, and then exhale, lower the hands in front, grabbing the legs, taking them down to wherever you can reach with a nice long flat back. No rounding, we're not gonna do that yet. We're reaching with a nice long flat back. Now you'll notice this should be about the same spot you landed when you were in a forward fold standing. Maybe it's a little bit better. maybe. Going back to non-judgment here, we're just going to hang out in this pose, allow the breath to take you deeper and deeper. For me, in this pose, I just want to reach for my toes, grab onto them, and pull myself down. That's what I normally do when my body wants to cooperate. The softball players, man, we have to deal with injuries all the time. So, rolling with how our bodies are responding in the moment, in that day, that's how we have to respond. Every single day is different. Different things will come up, different injuries, different pains, different parts of your body are sore on different days. This is just part of the game. Which takes us to that whole non-judgment thing. It's neither good nor bad that I can or can't reach my toes. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of life, if I can touch my toes, it doesn't matter. Am I a healthier person because I can grab my toes? Nope. It just is. Okay, I notice for myself, I'm getting closer and closer to my ankles. Hopefully for you, you're getting deeper and deeper into this pose. I love, and it's so hard to go back to that non-judgment thing, but I love the fact that I'm getting deeper and deeper in this pose. It's exciting for me. But it doesn't really matter. No. On your next inhale, come back up to that L seat. Take the right knee up toward the sky. The foot's on the floor right next to the left extended leg, and we're going to give it a nice hug. Squeeze it into your body. As we squeeze things together, it tends to wring them out. It's so nice. Exhale, reach the right leg long, bring the left leg in on the inhale, squeeze it on the exhale. On the next exhale, extend the leg out, bring the right leg back in, give it a hug. On the next exhale, extend, bring the left leg in, give it a hug. On the next exhale, extend the left leg, bring the right leg back in. This time, cross it over the left. We're going to give it a little twist this time. So hug first. Keep the left arm hugging the leg. Take the right hand behind your back. Inhale, extend, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release the leg. Inhale, left leg up. Cross it over. Give it that hug with the right arm. Squeeze it in toward the body. Keep the foot in contact with the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. One more cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little more. Back to center. Exhale, release the legs. Give them a little shake. Plop, plop, plop into the ground. Maybe adjust the flesh of your booty because it might have got wrapped up in that. We're going to do that again, maybe taking it a little deeper, maybe not. It depends on your body. On the next inhale, lift the leg, cross it over. Now, if you can keep your hips in contact with the earth, you're going to bring the left foot next to the right hip. So it starts to look like a pretzel. Now, check in with your hips, check in with your bum. Is your bum in contact with the earth? If your bum came up off the ground, take that left leg and extend it back out. You do not want to twist if the booty is off the floor. Okay, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Inhale, extend. Notice I'm wrapping my left elbow on the outside of my right knee. Exhale, twist. This time we're going to hover here in this deep twist without too much force. You never, ever, ever want to force the spine to go where it doesn't want to go. But what we do want to do is take the eyes as far around over our right shoulder as you can. You're stretching out the eyeballs. They have muscles too. And then bring gaze back to center, and then come all the way back to center on the inhale. Exhale, extend the legs. Give it a shake. Move some booty flesh if necessary. Plop, 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 plop. On your next inhale, we're going the opposite direction. So that was right knee up. We're going left knee up. Cross it over. Take the right foot to the left hip. Keep the feet in contact with the earth. Make sure your bum is in contact with the earth. Again, if it's not, extend the right leg back out. Please do not twist. If your butt is not in contact with the earth, it is not safe for you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, reach the hand back, go for the twist. I'm placing my right elbow on the left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. We're holding here. Keep breathing. Take the eyes as far over the left shoulder as you possibly can. Stretching the muscle of the eye. Did you know that the muscle of the eye is attached to the iris? And the iris happens to be the colored part of your eye? That's a muscle. It's so cool when you put a light in it, like the doctors do, and watch it dilate, get really big and really small. That's how that muscle works. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extend the legs. All right, we're gonna do a little back lying ab work. So bring yourself all the way down to your back. The knees stay up toward the ceiling. The feet are planted on the floor. Whew. Make any adjustments necessary so that you can get comfortable in this position for just a second, because then we're gonna get uncomfortable. Bicycle sit-ups, that's where we're going. Bicycle sit-ups for yoga means that we're going to extend and hold. Ooh, it's so much fun. So bringing the feet up off the ground, the knees are directly over the hips, keep them there. The hands can go touching the ears if you'd like. Do not wrap your hands behind your head. You don't want to crank your head into this position. On the next inhale, lift the shoulder blades up off the ground, engage through the core. Feel it in the belly, feel your back pressing into the earth, hover here. On your next exhale, extend right leg out, keep the left leg bent, stacked. And if you really want to take a torture moment, go for the twist, twisting toward the left knee that's up in the air. Holding here, breathing. On the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extend left leg, twist toward the right if you like, or you can stay in center. It's totally up to you. I like to add the twist because in softball, we do a lot of twisting. On the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extend, twist. Inhale, knee in. Exhale, twist, twist and extend. In your own time, inhaling and exhaling the leg out, twisting if you're twisting. We're going 2 more sets. This is half of 1. Inhaling, exhaling, extending and twisting. Inhaling, exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale, extend. Inhale back to center, lower the feet down. Allow the body to relax for a second. We're gonna do boat pose in this seated position. So bring yourself up to a seat with the knees up still, the feet in contact with the earth. Now, there's several levels to this pose. It could be as simple as you lean back with a nice long flat back and your hands hover right here. That could be you, and that's totally okay. The next level we go to is picking the feet up off the ground, maybe making the calves parallel to the earth, hands hover. Or if you want to go full tilt, I don't recommend it, but if you want to, it's feet straight, and I cannot make my right leg do it, but the left leg will. It's like this. That is full boat pose. Okay, pick your poison. Here we go. Lean back into it, long flat back, and hover. Breathing, allowing the body to shake. That means it's working if you're shaking. Two more breaths. Lower the feet, bring yourself up to a nice seated position, bring them knees close to the body, sit up nice and tall, making yourself into a little ball, giving yourself a nice hug, a little congratulatory hug. We've done a lot of core work today, and this is a good thing. Okay, let's lower ourselves all the way down. Notice I'm not on my mat, that's totally okay. We're gonna inhale, right leg up toward the ceiling, interlace the fingers behind the thigh, left leg extends along the floor. Now the goal here is to act like someone is sitting on your foot and you have to balance them into the sky. And at the same time, their weight is pushing your back body into the floor. My softball lessons get to hear me talk about a fat kid during this one. I'll be nice today. On your next exhale, grab the foot on the outside, bring the knee close to your armpit, and the elbow comes to the inside of the leg. This is half happy baby. The left leg is still extended along the earth, reaching through the toes, the bottom of the foot. You're still balancing that person on your foot. They're still sitting there. You're still helping them to stay seated. No throwing them off. Releasing your grasp, take that leg across the body, supine twist. Allowing the breath to release the knee closer and closer to the floor. Keep the shoulders in contact with the earth. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale the left leg up, interlace the hands. We're doing the same thing with the left leg. The right leg is extended across the earth. Balance that person on your foot and then really press the back body into the floor. On your next exhale, grab the outside of the foot with the hand. Knee goes down toward the armpit. Elbow is to the inside of the leg. Half happy baby. All of these stretches are for your psoas. It's the only muscle that keeps the upper body and the lower body attached. It's like the seatbelt of your body. On your next exhale, release the hand, take the leg across the body, supine twist. Shoulder blades stay in contact with the earth. If you want to take the spiral action all the way to the top of your head, turn your head toward your left hand. On your next inhale, come back to center. Extend the legs, extend the arms. We're going into Shavasana. Corpse pose. Yep, picture yourself as a dead person. That's what I'm telling you to do right now. You still have a heartbeat. Get in touch with that. Notice if you can feel your own heartbeat without placing your hand on your chest. If you can't, it doesn't mean you're dead. It's neither good nor bad that you can feel this. It just is. And maybe next time you can become more aware of what that feels like. Go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Just allow the body to melt into the earth, accepting all that you've done in this practice or all you've done in this day. wiggling your fingers and your toes. I'm going to allow you to do in your own time what you need to do for yourself. That might mean that you stay right here in Shavasana a little while longer. That might mean that you sit up. That might mean that you take a nap right here, right now. It's totally up to you. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. I deeply appreciate you and your practice. Namaste.